You're thinking of traveling to Walt Disney World in Florida for a family holiday. So I'm going to tell you about the 5 things you need to know before you book, coming up on this episode of Disney for Brits. Hey D4Bers, David here, how are you? Welcome back to another episode of Disney for Brits, your guide to everything Disney. On this episode we're going to talk about the things you need to do before you go to Walt Disney World. So we're going to be talking about the 5 things you need to do before you book. Number 5 is save, save, save. Walt Disney World holidays are not cheap. Holidays these days aren't cheap anyway, but certainly Florida holidays, Walt Disney World and Universal and all of that is not cheap. You need to budget around £1,500 per person for a 2-week holiday, and that includes children as well. In Disney, children start at the age of 3 and go up to about 9, and after that they're classed as adults, and the difference between children's prices and adults' prices is not very much at all. So start saving now, start saving before you book. If you're booking, we're recording this now in May 21, if you're booking for 22 and 23, and a little bit more about that at the end, start saving now. Put away £100-200 a month, set up a saving fund, find a way to actually colour in and see how your saving is growing. Then it won't be a massive shock when that final payment's due. And also make sure you pop some spending money in there, because you're going to be paying for food and goodies and all kinds of things. So hint number 5, start saving. Number 4 is all about timing, and this is about when to book as well as when to go. The answer about when to book is as soon as you can. I'm recording this in May 21, and given what's gone on over the past 18 months or so, there's a big backlog of people that are waiting to travel to Florida, and we're already seeing really low availability on flights through 21 and 22. So if you can decide now that you want to go in 2023, there are some travel agents and travel companies that can help you with that. Your holiday is then booked, the price is locked, and you can start doing hint number 5, which is start to save. The second thing is about what time of the year to go to Walt Disney World, and there's a whole load of different things. If you love crowds, by all means go Christmas Day, go the day after Christmas Day. They don't have Boxing Day in the States. Go New Year's Eve, go New Year's Day, go in American Independence Day. If you're not a massive fan of crowds, there's plenty of crowd schedules out there. Again, with what's gone on the last 18 months, things may be different. Final thing, if you're booking yourself, flights are released 11 months out. 11 months out. So keep an eye on those. If you're booking a holiday, they don't tend to worry about that. People like Virgin reserve their flights, and other travel agents can do that for you. But if you're booking a flight 11 months out in advance, and if you're going to use flying club points, which are things that I've talked about for Virgin, similarly you've got air miles for BA, they have a window as well, so check that. With Virgin it's 11 months out, and 11 months those key flights go instantly. So find out when it is, have all your information available, and be ready to book those flights. Hint number 3 is the weather. Florida is a subtropical climate. What that means is the weather is completely different to ours. It's generally always warm. If you go between November and February, you may not be wearing shorts the whole time. We've done a November and a February holiday, and it's still warm. You're still in the low to mid 20s, the mid 70s, maybe teetering on the 80s, but it's still a decent temperature. If you go July and August, which is really handy for those of you that have got children, it's gonna be really hot. Think in the 40s, 90s, 100s. I've got back into a car and the temperature outside has been 106 degrees. That's going to be really uncomfortable. So I always recommend, where you've got children, October's a great time to go because the weather's calming down. You can do it in the 2 weeks of the October holiday. There is a risk of hurricanes and rain, but frankly, there's a risk of hurricanes and rain in Florida all the time. If you click up here, you'll see a video that I made a while ago all about the weather, and you can see what months are great and what months are not so great. The other thing to remember about weather and rain, particularly in Orlando, is it's really heavy, but it's generally really quick. So you'll find great apps like AccuWeather and a couple of others. They will literally tell you to the minute when the rain is coming. Take your ponchos on the day that it says it's going to rain, and we've talked about that in other videos. Take flip-flops if you want, if you don't want to get wet feet, or a spare set of socks. Get out of the rain before it comes, get under cover. Watch everybody exit in the parks because they didn't do all the things that I just told you to do. And when the sun comes back out and the rain is dried off in minutes, hit those rides again. You'll find the parks empty really, really quickly when it rains. Stay there, stay the course, wait for the rain to go, and you'll have a less busy park. And again, up here, that same video, you can look at weather as well. So number 2 is looking at where to stay and how much it's going to cost you. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know I'm a huge fan of staying on site in Walt Disney World. The prices are not massively different to other hotels. And again, I've done another video, which I probably can't point to up there because I think I'm only allowed one. If I can, I will. Otherwise, have a look through the channel and look for the benefits of staying on site and off site. So sure, if there's a family of 10 of you, getting a villa is a really good way to do it. And again, look at getting that through an independent travel agent and not somebody that charges you per person. You can get a 6-bed villa for £1,200 to £1,500 a week, which is way cheaper than hotel rooms. If you want to stay on site, and I do always recommend that, and you're a family of 4 or 5, so 2 adults and 3 kids, plenty of the Disney World rooms in the value resorts, and these are the low price resorts, can actually cater for 5 people. One thing to check out is parking charges. If you're going to have a car, you'll be charged around $13 to $15 a day on a Disney resort. That's about £10, and the price goes up if you stay at a moderate or a deluxe resort. Be even more careful about resort fees. Now, this is something that we don't tend to get in the UK, but they use a lot in the States. What they'll do is they'll advertise a really low cost. So you'll see a hotel advertised for $95 a night for 2 double beds, Disney Springs, really great. And you go, click, fantastic, I'll book that. And by the time you've done all your research, you're ready to book. Then at the bottom, you suddenly see there's tax added, about 7%, and then there'll be a line at the bottom that says other fees will be added when you check in. Sometimes they show it, sometimes they don't. This can really stack up. Again, the video about staying in or outside of Disney talks about that. I've seen resort fees of $30 a night, $40 a night. I've seen parking of $20, $30 a night. So your $95 to $100 a night hotel stay has now gone to $160 a night. And that's really competing with Walt Disney World prices. So do take a look at all of the things that you can get with your hotel, and don't get caught out by these extras, because they will put them on there and you will have to pay when you check out, and nobody wants an extra surprise of another $1,000 bill. So number one is key to all of this, and it's do your research. You're already doing that by watching this video and other videos like this, and there are some great channels out there. So have a look around. Join some groups on Facebook, get some feedback on people. You will get information overload. Everybody has an opinion, everybody has some thoughts. Things like TripAdvisor are a great idea for getting reviews on resorts and hotels, but do skim through and take a look, because sometimes you'll get 2 or 3 people that have had a bad experience. I saw one where somebody's car broke down and the hotel couldn't get the their AA to come quicker, and they gave them a 1-star review, yet everybody else has been giving 4 and 4.5 star reviews. So read through the comments if you want to. Listen, there's a lot to plan when you're booking a holiday. You can go straight to a travel agent, a high street travel agent. You can go to somebody like TUI or Virgin or BA, and you can do it yourself online as well. I love I do the keys just to show you that. Lots of people love to do that. There are people like me that like to do it independently, and I've spent an awful long time getting all the information together, doing all the analysis, because frankly I'm a data geek and I love finding the best price for the best things. So my final bit of advice, which is connected to that, is if you don't want that hassle, if you want somebody else to do all the work, get an independent travel agent to do it for you. They don't charge you for their time. They don't charge you for their advice. They will get you the very best holiday they can. And this is where I'd point you back to me. Of course I would. Because I've done all the work on travel and looking at holidays over the years, I actually last year during coronavirus said, you know, I'm going to do something about this, and I started up D4B Travel. So Disney for Brits is the information channel and D4B Travel is the holiday. If you're interested, just drop me a note, find us on Facebook, there'll be a link at the bottom here. I'll do everything I can to get you the best holiday I can book now in May 21 for 2023 holidays. So drop me a note. I will ask lots of questions. I'll probably want a phone call with you because I'm not a faceless computer engine. I want to understand what your family wants, what you want to do and what you need, and actually build that for you. And then once we've booked all the other things that you need to do, like booking your fast passes when they come back, booking your park passes, booking your dining reservation, car rental, hotels, etc., etc., I can sort all of that for you. So you leave your holiday in the trusted hands of somebody that knows Disney and is just there for you. Give it some thought. There's never any pressure, but it's definitely something I would recommend if you want somebody to do all the work for you. And I love getting great deals for my clients. So there you have it. 5 things you need to do before you book. Number 1, save, 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 save. That could be all 5 actually. This will not be a cheap holiday, and whilst I'm not suggesting you should overstretch yourself, if you put money away, you can enjoy it. Now there's lots of ways that you can get great value of Walt Disney World, and I'll cover that in another video, but definitely save some money. And if you're taking children, encourage them to put money as well, so they've got their own little fun fund when they get there. Kids love doing that and they can buy the things they want. Number 2 is around the timing. Check out what's going on in the States, check out what holidays are on, check out my videos that talk to you about when to go to Orlando and Walt Disney World so that you avoid things that you don't want to see. Another thing I just thought of is where there's big parades. So Christmas time, there's always big parades, normally. Hopefully they'll be back this year. Halloween, so the parks close early, so do look at your timing and do research around that. Number 3 is the weather. Florida is a subtropical climate, which means it's a lot warmer than us, but you will get more rain. There may well be thunderstorms. There may well be hurricanes and tornadoes. These are the risks of the things you do when you go to a place like this. You're going to be cooler than you expected between November and February, and hotter than you could ever imagine in July and August. So again, check out my video on when to go. It will be in the comments below as well if I can't put another box up there, and find the right time to go for you. My recommendation is always, if you're traveling with a family, May is a great time to go and October is a great time to go. And if you can sync that with school holidays, then you're on to a winner. Number 4 is where to stay and what to do. Where to stay, check out plenty of hotels around there. If you're going to go and use a travel agent, they'll do it for you. Keep an eye on your budget. You've done that in number 1. Don't go overspending, but really, really, really look out for the sneaky little things that are put on. A parking charge if you've got a car, and a resort charge if you're in a non-Disney resort. Watch out for those because they can add another 50% on the price of your room, and if you're not aware of it and they charge you it on checkout, there's potentially $1,000 gone, and you're going to be very grumpy if that happens. And number 5, do your research. Watch channels like this one and all the videos that we've got. There's plenty of others out there. You know, the great thing about YouTube is there's loads of people with advice and guidance and help on how to get the best holiday and how to save money. But do take a spin through mine, have a look at the other videos on this channel, and if you find there's something that I haven't talked about that you're interested in, drop me a note in the comments. I'd love to be able to help you. Also, don't forget using travel agents, either big name travel agents, TUI, Virgin, you know, the big airlines, etc. And also independent travel agents like myself at D4B Travel, open bracket, find me on Facebook, close bracket, and do your research and do your planning. And if you really want it done, great. If you're good at it, do it. If not, get somebody else to do it. They can do all the hassle. So there you have it, the top 5 things to do before you book Walt Disney World. I hope you found it useful. Pop some comments in, tell me what you think. If you want to know something else about Disney World, pop that in the comments, or hop on over to Disney for Brits on Facebook and put some comments in there and ask some questions. I'd love to help you. I've been David, you've been watching Disney for Brits, and as our pal Mickey says, I'll see you real soon.